somewhere between a boy and man. She was 17 and she was far from in between. It was summertime in northern Michigan. Splashing through the sandbar, talking by the campfire. It's the simple things in life, like when and where. We didn't have no internet, but man, I never will forget the way the moonlight shined upon her hair. And we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Catching walleye from the dock, watching the waves roll off the rocks. She'll forever hold a spot inside my soul. We'd blister in the sun, we couldn't wait for night to come to hit that sand and play some rock and roll. While we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Nothing seems as strange as when the leaves begin to change. Oh, how we thought those days would never end. Sometimes I hear that song and I'll start to sing along and think, man, I'd love to see that girl again. Man, I'd like to see that girl again. And we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. We were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home
is up, everybody? Hope everybody is doing well. It's time. It's Sunday. It's time to talk about the awards for day 2, the team event, all the good stuff. It's exciting. I hope you got a good day. I know you're tired. Man, listen, there is no other grind like this. I don't care where you're fishing, who you're fishing with. You guys don't understand. Who does not fish this tour or KBBT has no clue what it's like to go through this grind. It's amazing. It'll make a man or woman out of you in a heartbeat, and it's just an experience like none other. So, man, congratulations to those who advanced yesterday. We're going to find out who advanced today and complete our Sweet 16 first ever qualifying event to the National Championship in 2021. Wow. Going to be awesome. With all that being said, let's get our friends on the phone. Let's get Mr. Todd Patrick if he's available. Have him come on and help me, and we'll get right into this. You know, there's no sense of messing around. We got several anglers on today, and it was pretty cool, man. Talking to some of these guys, man. We had really good conversations. If you missed our interview with Frank Palafrone, I encourage you to go back and watch this morning and watch what we talked about today. It was so good about just kayak fishing in general and what it means to a lot of other people. So it was really cool, man. As well as some of the other anglers we had on today. It was short, but it was good. It was good to talk and see these guys catch fish. So anyway, we had a good time. I had a good time doing it. But yeah, I'm sure you guys are beat. But if I can do this myself, I'll do this myself. Bless God. It's okay. I'm a big boy. I can handle this myself. So let's. Oh, somebody's calling in. So let's. He might be calling in now. Let me see if I can get a hold of him. All right, hold on, Todd. All right, hold on, dude. Here we go. He's calling in. $1 late and a day short, man. But let's see if we can get him on. There we go.
What's up?
Howdy, man. Sunday evening.
Yeah, happy Sunday evening from Dandridge, Tennessee, and Douglas Lake.
Yeah, man, we've been spending a lot of Sunday evenings together, man. I don't know if that makes us married or not, man, but
No, I'm definitely not married. But
dude, it's another Sunday, man. Yeah, here we go, man. A lot of nervous anglers. I would be nervous too, man. A lot of stuff came in late, bro.
Like I said, we're always shocked about all these, late fish, but maybe we might have had some sandbagging today or something. I'm not.
I don't know if sandbagging, but we had some late comers coming in for sure. So
yeah, I went on and helped with the judging late there to make sure, rejudge, make sure everything looked good, and I was surprised with some of these results, to be honest with you.
Well, to be honest, look, man, here's what we had to do. We had to deny some fish late because there were duplicate postings. We had to deny fish because of submissions that were too late. We had some fish come in right at the buzzer. I mean, right at the buzzer. It was close. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, if we can say, just to say, and not to call anybody out because there's not going to be any names said, but you're fishing a national tournament, right? So, you're fishing against, and you could be new, and that's fine. But you're fishing in a big event, with people that have paid money. We owe it to every angler to come out and judge fairly, to go by the rules, and you have to respect that, and you have to know the rules as an angler. We can put the rules out there for you, but you have to know these rules for yourself. So, no names, it just common knowledge that, you just got to make sure that you know the rules of the tournament that you're fishing. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. So before we get into it, guys, all those who are fishing the Sweet 16, those who advanced yesterday, And those who advance today, you are fishing next Saturday. You're not fishing Sunday. All the Sundays are pretty much over unless you go to the championship. You're fishing Saturday next week. So plan on it. The winners today who fish Sunday are going to fish Saturday. We have 16 anglers going to be fishing next Saturday. No Sunday fishing. So
Yep,
prepare now. Yep.
every angler from yesterday and today is Saturday.
And if you have any questions, go back to the bracket, the original bracket, and it's got the dates listed on the very top, so you can see what day you're going to be fishing when. So anyway, it's so
Just
cute.
like March Madness, man. Everybody, you got different days, different people, you play Thursday and Saturday or Friday and Sunday, and then it gets down to the nitty gritty and you start playing on Saturdays only, and that's where we're at here. So,
For sure. So anyway, we don't want to start on a bad note, but hey, sometimes things happen. We can get by. Sometimes with the first week, a lot of new anglers come by on the first week. You just don't know what's going on. We have a little bit more leniency, but we're in week 2. You've been used to it now. It's time to get rolling, man. So anyway, with all that being said,
yeah, no leniency in the national championship next year. I mean,
zero. Oh yeah,
it's go time.
Yeah,
So.
it's go time. It's exactly. There's a lot of money on the line for the national championship. So, and there's a lot of money on the line for this too. So, I mean, these guys fishing next week. Those who advance from next week actually go into the money. Their Elite 8 gets paid out. So it's big time. But all that being said, let's
Yeah, and I would.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to say one other thing. I've had a couple of anglers reach out to me today, prior, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, just like the amount of exposure that I'm getting, with other anglers and people, recognizing them and things like that. If you advance to the Sweet 16 and the type of FaceTime you're going to start getting, be prepared for that to amp up a little bit. So if you're shocked about it now, wait and see how it continues to grow for you going in the future if you advance."
Yeah, no kidding, man. I mean, it's like I was walking through the store the other day in Guntersville, Alabama. Some guy came up to me and go, "Who are you?" so I had to, I mean, it's just one of those things. I'm like, I don't know, man. Some guy that, they were asking what the truck was and everything else, and it was pretty cool. But, I had to explain what kayak fishing was all about. But I said, "Don't you know who I am?
Yeah.
I'm a famous broadcaster, daggone it. I broadcast
Oh
to
my
like 300
gosh.
people on Saturdays and Sundays. You ought to know who I am by now." I grace you with my presence at Lake Guntersville. So, no, I'm just playing.
Oh, Jesus.
It was fun. No, man. Honestly, listen, seriously, I get a lot of conversation at campsites. I get a lot of conversations at stores. We're coming out. We were in, Chris and myself were in Texas, and a guy just kind of like taking pictures of the truck and just asking about it. A lot of guys, will come up at the boat ramp, see what it's all about, man. And it's a good way to talk about kayak fishing and stuff like that, man. As I said, there's the power of one.
It's just
guys.
another way to grow the sport.
Yeah,
another way to grow the brand.
It's the power of one, man. You never know the person you influence who can take that exponential growth to another level. I mean, this is what it's about. So anyway, it's really, really cool. Guys, let's get right into it, man. Let's just go right to it. We're going to get into the team event first. We owe it to them. This is the final 4 of the team event. These guys, whoever advances, will move on to the championship for the team event, and they are guaranteed a paycheck, which is huge because we only paid out 2 teams, which these guys are going to get paid. They worked very, very hard. And so did the guys in the Final 4. They worked their butts off. Good news is the Final 4, the teams that are in the Final 4 are going to get some hardware, but only 2 teams are going to get paid. And let's go ahead and find out who they are. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, starting out in the North bracket. That was Icky Thumb out of Iowa. That was Tommy Thompson and Matthew Barnes versus the A team, which was Derek Brundle and Matthew Conant out of Massachusetts. Man, dude. Wow. Can I just say,
Yeah.
comeback? Comeback? Can I just say that? Like, huge comeback? Unbelievable comeback these guys did in Iowa. They were down 16 inches. 16 inches. And they came all the way back. I mean, when we left the board, it was 3.25 inches is the last time I saw it. But I'm telling you guys, Could they, Icky Thumb, make the impossible come true and beat the A-team at the last hour? Let's find out. The winner of the North Bracket and getting paid, moving on to the championship, is going to be the A-team holds on. Derek Brundle finally cashes a check with KBBT and Matthew Conant. They move on. Congratulations, guys. What? Well, dude, guys, I mean, they've been the best team. Let's just be honest. They've been the best team throughout. They've been the favorite. They have put up freaking huge numbers. They put up, I think, 191.75 inches. And Icky Thumb
191 and a half.
191 and a half, and then the Icky Thumb came up short. I think it was 186.75 is what they wound up doing. They could not find the last minute kicker. Congratulations, guys. Tommy Thompson, Matthew Barnes, dude, don't hold your heads down at all. You gave it all you freaking got, man. And I tell you what, if I had to go in trenches with anybody, I'm going in the trenches with Tommy Thompson any freaking day. The guy gives it all, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was really cool to see, and Derek Brundle for the longest time was anchoring A-team, but like has happened, I think 2 weeks in a row now. Matthew Conant had a bigger bag. He had 96 inches. Derek Brundle had 95.50, and then for Icky Thumb, Tommy Thompson, man, what a grind, brother! But great job. He had 95 inches. And unfortunately, Matthew Barnes was only able to put up that 91.75. That was the lag score, and that's basically the difference of defeat right there. Great job to.
Let me say this: Matthew Conant this morning put it out of reach. Matthew Conant put it at 1975. He actually had another big fish come through this afternoon.
20.
Yeah, 20-inch fish, and absolutely put the nail in the coffin for these guys. Made it out of reach. Matthew Conant, man, dude, he's a freaking hammer, dude. When it
Eric's
really
been telling us,
dude, when it comes right down to it and the pressure's on, Matthew Conant is like the Tom Brady of kayak bass fishing. Just ice in his veins. That's in his freaking veins.
You hear that, Matt Conant? You're now the Tom Brady of kayak bass fishing. You've got some big shoes to fill.
He is, man. All right, take it on. The A-team in the championship is going to be either Starley and Hutch, which, by the way, might I add, Rodney Kinnan put up 95.75 inches today. It was 97. I had to get rid of a fish, but it was 95.25. Rodney Kinnan did his job today.
93.25.
Oh, I'm sorry, 93.25. I had to get rid of a fish. It was at 97. I had to get rid of a fish, but 93.2. He had his bag. But Jason, I'll be honest with you, felt a little sick from last week, man. That heat got to him, and I don't know if he got a chance to get out of the water. But they were facing smoking guns, and I'm gonna tell you, there's nobody who's harder working in kayak bass fishing than Bobby Morin. Bobby Big Gun Morin will go anywhere, travel as much miles and distance as it takes. And I remember, was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yep, it was. It was last week.
When he had to go to Georgia. Actually, it was 2 weeks ago. He had to go to Georgia, caught absolutely nothing. Came back to Florida in the last 2 hours to take his team into the lead. And Danny Gann was the hero last week. But these guys, let's see what they do between Starley and Hutch. Moving on to the championship to face the A-team is Smoking Guns. Mm-hmm. That is your championship. The A-team versus Smoking Guns. Let's get these boys on and talk to them. Shall we?
Yeah, and Danny Gann, 95.75 there to lead Smoking Guns with Bobby Morin right behind him with 94 inches. A-team and Smoking Guns, what an awesome championship this is going to be. But unfortunately, like I said, for and was able to produce with only the 61.75. I think he only had 4 fish, but unfortunate, but great run, Starley and Hutch. William Kennan, great job, 93 1/4. But it's going to be a good final.
Yes, it is, man. It absolutely is. Derek, how you doing, buddy?
Tired, man.
Dude. Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Let me get some of your guys on. Is Matthew Conant playing hard to get?
Quarter, but
He can play hard to get.
What's going on, gentlemen? Hold on a minute. Let me get my camera on.
What's up, Bobby?
All right, where's my? Let me get my camera on. Oh, there it is. What's going on, gentlemen?
Well, guys,
What's up?
it's a lot of hard work for you gentlemen to get to this point, and I think you guys will be the first to say congratulations to Starley and Hutch, and congratulations over to Icky Thumb for giving you guys a run for your money. It's not easy, man.
Oh, absolutely. It was a grind. This heat down in the south. I know Derek has been dealing with it as well, but I tell you, 24 hours of fishing and doing it every single weekend, it takes its toll.
It sure does. It sure does. Well, guys, here's the deal, man. You guys get paid from here on in, and the way it's going to work out, the payout's going to be 70-30, 70% of the pot and 30% of the pot goes to second place.
Big money.
Big money. I mean, as I say, we weren't paying out 2 teams, 4 guys. The winner gets paid big. So you guys are going after a big paycheck between each teams, and that's what we're going to do. That's just the way it's going to happen. So I think it's going to be great, man. I think we have everybody. Yes, we do.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Well, guys,
Paul? What up?
Dan again, Derek Brundle, Matthew, and Bobby. The final 4 right here in front of us, guys. Congratulations, man, for making it, for when you did. Guys, let's start with the A team. Guys, let's talk about your weekend, man. I mean, hot, grinding. Matt, and dude, you came up big again. Derek, you put the freaking number on the board early. Matt, you just put the nails in the coffin today, man.
Yeah, it was definitely a grind. That's for sure. Heat was killer.
What was you guys?
Fish were small this weekend.
What were you guys mainly getting your bites on? The both of you just throwing similar things, or what?
I was flipping most of the time.
Yeah, a little bit of wacky worm, frog bite.
You guys look so freaking tired. I can see it in your faces.
Both teams look tired.
They do.
I just woke up.
It was ugly. I'm beat. I mean, I told Marcus on the way home, I said, you know what? I don't drink very often, but I'm going home. I'm having a beer.
There you go. Absolutely, man. You deserve it. You deserve it, man. I mean, as I said, dude. Well, let's talk about. Can we talk about your opponents real quick? These guys, man, they came back from 16 inches down and almost tied it up for you guys, man. I mean, dude, and you guys have like this rivalry with Iowa, man. They I mean, they're coming after you guys, man. So talk about how they wound up pushing you today, and just keeping you guys motivated on the water.
Yeah, I mean we're motivated no matter who we're fishing against. But I mean, seeing them coming back, you know what I mean. And then it was, like I had gone to a new spot this morning, and I started out frogging this morning, and I obliterated them, but they were all like 14 inches. So I bailed. I went to another lake. I went there. I started flipping, and I don't know if you guys know, but my dad, every tournament that I'm in, my dad follows it very, very closely and gives me updates by the minute. I know when Matt catches fish before Matt tells me he catches fish. So, I'm getting these texts from my dad all day like, hey, dude, they're catching you. So I bailed out of the second spot after catching a couple of 17s, and I said, you know what, I'm going back to where I did well, and I went back there, and you know, and I couldn't put up any upgrades today, unfortunately, but that's why you pick a strong partner, because your partner picks up your slack.
That's exactly right, man. That's exactly right. And as I said, Matt, you have been huge all bracket long, man. When your team needed you, man, you're right there to either come back at the last minute or put the nail in the coffin, man. Solid performance this bracket, bro.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, when you guys got through on the first round and you caught that fish at the end, and then today you were able to go out and put that 19 and a half and 20-inch up or whatever. Those were two major nails in the coffin, man. How'd that feel? And did you guys ever get to a point where you felt comfortable, or was it pretty tight and a long grind all day?
We learned quick that you're never comfortable no matter how big the lead is,
Right.
and we proved that last week, or the week before. But yeah, I don't know. I was pretty pumped right off the first 10 minutes. I got that I upgraded two of my fish, 216 to the 19 and a 3/4 and 18 and a half. So put a little wind in my sails there, but then, like Derek said, we were smashing them, but they were all dinks. Well, I must have caught 30 fish this morning before noontime, and they were all 12-inch, 13-inch, except for those first two I caught in the first 10 minutes. So.
Wow.
And we moved on. We moved to some other lakes and just grinded it out and went back to where it was on Saturday. And the fish seemed to be in a certain pocket. I ended up there at the last hour and got another 18 and a half to upgrade. And I don't know, we thought it might be the nail, but them guys kept clawing. They kept inching back. So,
Well, it paid
never
off,
really
man.
comfortable no matter how big your lead is.
Well, it paid off. If we didn't get a chance to talk to you yesterday, you are also into the Sweet 16 and the national qualifier for next year. Congratulations on your victory yesterday as well, my friend. But yeah, you are moving on not only from the team bracket, but you're also moving on in the individual bracket. And both of you guys could have very lucrative couple weeks here with KBBT. So that's great.
I do got a question for you guys. Are you guys on home waters next week? You guys traveling to a live event? What's going on for the A team?
We're staying home.
Good.
Was there opportunities? To go elsewhere? Or?
Yeah, we were going to go to East West, and then we discussed it and said, you know what? If we're got a chance of moving on, we're going to plan on staying and skip East West Ohio. And yeah, I mean, KBF just added 2 events right here in Massachusetts, so kind of made sense to skip a travel one when we could stay at home and
makes perfect sense.
On our home waters and fish that.
And Derek, I think last year did you fish East West Harbor, right?
No, I skipped it last year too.
Okay, yeah, I mean in that place it's a really, really, really good bag to put up upper 80s there.
Yeah.
And you guys know that, and I think it's a smart move for you guys to stay home and go after the ship on your home waters.
Yeah, I mean,
no choice. Going against a couple Florida guys.
Yeah. Hey, Danny, I accidentally muted you, buddy. Oh, there you go. You're not muted anymore.
Yeah, we just have this echo. We have this echo going on somebody's phone.
I was trying to find out. Yeah, I was trying to find out who's getting feedback.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but somebody's getting feedback. But Danny, let's go ahead and talk to you, man. Yeah. Dude, you have been like the flat out. I say the underdog slash. I don't know, the unsung hero, let's say, of this event, because I'm telling you, man, like, you were the factor, I think, in a couple different series, especially last week. I think you were a major factor of why you guys advanced the way you did. No offense to Bobby, man. Bobby was all over the place. He had to go to Georgia. He went to Georgia twice during this bracket, and he came all the way back. He wasn't going to lose. You guys were down by like a couple inches. He comes all the way back to his water. He winds up pulling out that last fish to get you in. But, man, you have been Mr. Consistency. And I think, really, I mean, if Bobby was honest, you'd been the anchor of the team, and you've been just solid as a rock. because Bobby's been going all over the place trying to qualify different things and go fish live events and all these different things. But man, you have just been like clockwork, man, and you've put up some huge bags all weekend long. And man, dude, congratulations! You guys are facing a giant team. The A team is no joke. But if there's any team out of the South bracket that can give the A team a run for their money, it's you two guys. Danny, talk about your week or your weeks and what it took to get you here.
Well, it's just the same plan I've been having for me and Bobby discussed it. We want to get our 5 fish, and then we want to spend the rest of the time just upgrade, just like everybody else. So we switched. I've been fishing a couple of different lakes, and I went back to a lake that has a historical good summer bite that I've done really well in some national tournaments on it. Bobby come there today, and we got a couple upgrades today, but that the little lake I fish in's got a lot of 19, 20-inch fish.
Well, we saw. We saw. Listen, there's Todd. Do you have the actual inches? I think it was 191, and I think these guys wound up posting 189. So they were right there with these guys.
These were the 2 top teams of the weekend, 191.5 to 189.75. So you're literally 1 fish away, a nice little upgrade one way or the other from man, this is going to be it's going to be a great championship.
This is going to be a slugfest.
Yeah, when we got the last upgrade, Bobby wasn't far away from me, and I looked at the score, and I was like, I said, A team's at like 189.50, we're like 189.25. I said, man, if we can make it through this, that's going to be a good match, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and Danny, we know you as a frog fisherman normally. Have you been sticking with that frog bite? Have you changed things up? What's been working for you out there?
It's still a pretty good frog bite. I didn't catch anything punching today, but Bobby he pulled a 19.5 from the same spot that I just fished with the same frog. And Bobby busted a good fish. It's the frog bite's still going pretty good, so amazingly.
Awesome.
Bobby, man, listen, you've had one heck of a weekend, dude. You get tossed out of your kayak by an alligator. You've been traveling all over the place. You've played it smart. You've been out in a thunderstorm. You got caught out there, but you knew when to quit and get off the water and save your energy, and knew when the bites were going to happen. Unfortunately, Jason Starley could not get back on the water. The heat got to him, and he was affected last week. Guys, this heat is real, and you got to play it smart.
Yeah.
You got to be
dangerous.
It's very dangerous. You got to be hydrated. You got to have energy, know when to get off, when to get on, and just whatever happens, happens. But Bobby, you've played this like a poker player, man. You've played it, smart, like a champion, man, and all your moves have been 100% correct throughout.
Yeah, I went over to our boat ramp got blew out on Kenansville with that 20-mile-an-hour easterly wind yesterday. It's loaded up with pads, and you can't even get to the boat ramp as far as launching or getting out of the water. So I got a hold of Danny yesterday, and I said, hey, I think I'm going to come over and fish with you tomorrow. So I stepped way out of my comfort zone. No chatterbait, no wacky worm. I threw frog and punched all day. And I got that 1975 upgrade today, called a 16-inch. And then that heat kicked in, and that bite went away. And Danny was still on a couple of little fish. And then right there at the end, he got that 1975 upgrade as well. So I was worried more about Starley today. That's the heat. You don't just recover from it. You don't run home, drink a bottle of water, take a shower, and drink a beer, and you're all recovered from heat exhaustion. And I was worried about him today.
Yeah.
He sounded rough on the phone when y'all was doing that fish off. He sounded like he already needed to be off the water, and I'm glad he did finally get off the water. You can live to fight another day.
That's right. Exactly. That's exactly right. So we'll check up on Starley here after the show's off, but just want to make sure that you guys are doing okay. Guys, rest up, man. Take a day or two off. Don't get on the water every freaking day.
I'm taking a whole week off. I'd like to go ahead and congratulate.
Look at Matt.
I'd like to go ahead and congratulate the team for second place next week.
The team.
The
Whoa! The smack talking has started.
But I
know
will
what
say
Derek,
You know what I was? You know what
Derek's
I was
already
gonna
got
say?
some up his
This
sleeve.
is the God's honest truth. I was gonna say this. You're not gonna find any four guys talking trash amongst one another. This is gonna be a very peaceful week. It's already started. Boy, I was 100% wrong.
I will say, me and Derek talked on the phone this morning on the ride to the boat ramp. It's going to be an honor to fish against these two guys next weekend.
It is.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Same here.
Yeah, man, guys. Massachusetts versus Florida, North versus South. The true North versus
I
South.
love
Draw the line in the sand. Here we go. Who's got the better fish? We're gonna find out, man. This is gonna be
Matthew.
amazing.
Is that shaking the head earlier? Does that mean you're fishing like every day this week, or just like 5 days this week, or what?
Couple more days of the KBF monthly, so
There you go. I hear you.
Yeah, I got you, man. Well, guys, get some rest. Drink a beer. Drink several beers. Drink some water, and rest up, man, because it's gonna be one heck of a showdown next weekend for the
Congratulations.
championship.
Congratulations, you guys. We'll see y'all next weekend.
Thanks,
Yep.
Bobby.
good
All right.
job.
Have a good one, guys.
All right,
See ya.
guys. Take care.
See y'all.
All right. Try to get these guys off.
That's fun right there.
That sure is, man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
What a championship. I mean, honestly, the two most consistent teams made it through. There were no big real surprises there, other than Icky Thumb. I mean, these were the two most consistent teams, and they did what they needed to do to make it to the championship, and it's going to be a treat, man. I wish it was started tomorrow. It is going to be a treat.
It is. It is going to be true. Hey, it says you muted Dan again. I don't know what all this is. And you got a blue screen, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But I don't know.
Who has a blue screen?
You have a blue screen on Skype, but hopefully it'll come off here shortly.
Well, I can back out and join the call.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Do that. All right. All right, guys. Let's get to the North, which you guys all been waiting for. Here we go. North Division. We've got in the very top bracket, this is the first half of the day 2 qualifier. The winners of these guys moves on to the national championship in 2021, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Let's see here. Todd is calling in.
That work?
Let's see. It's coming through. I don't know if your camera's off, but
It's on.
okay, it's just taking a little time to come through.
Now it's off, and now it's back on.
All right, it's just taking a while. Okay, all right, moving on. Between Nick Berlin and Frank Prevolone, which, by the way, was a tremendous interview, guys. Again, I'm just trying to tell you, just go back there and watch it. It was great, fantastic interview. But the sit-in kayak, can the sit-in kayak man defeat Nick Berlin out of New York? Moving on is going to be Nick Berlin from New York. Congratulations, the KBBT rookie comes through, and man, he was consistent all day long. Wow,
Yep.
Good job, Nick, man.
Yeah, Nick was able to put up a 84 1/4 inch bag, and he went against Pelifrone. I think Frank was only able to put up 48 inches today, 3 fish. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to get that 5 fish limit. The heat is truly affecting the bite nationwide right now, and it is a straight grind for these guys.
Yeah, Frank was actually fishing a live event through Slay Nation. He knew that he only had about 75 inches in his bag at best.
Okay.
But yeah, he knew that. But he's the leader of Slay Nation. Does a great job. But he's not like he didn't concede to Nick. But he fished out as much as he could. But Nick, you're moving on, my friend, to the Sweet 16, and you get a spot into the national championship. Stand by. We hope to get you on. We're just going to go through this bracket and get everybody on all at once. All right, taking on Nick Berlin is either going to be Mike Elrick from Massachusetts or Tim Spry from Maine. And let me
This
say,
was so close.
ridiculously close. Ridiculously close. But moving on.
2.5 inches.
2.5 inches, that's all it was. But moving on, taking on Nick Berlin is Mike Elric from Massachusetts. Barely holds on and beats Tim Spry from Maine.
Yeah, Mike was able to come out and put up 82 inches, and Tim Spry 79.5. Just wasn't able to get that last kicker fish that would put him over the top. But congratulations, Mike Elric. That is 3 anglers from Massachusetts that are Sweet 16 bound. So that's a fun little stat for you.
I don't know if we can say this. We'll ask Nick, but I think he might be a Yankees fan. If he's a Yankees fan, Mike's from Boston. He's got to be a Red Sox fan. It's Yankees versus Red Sox. Big time rivalry. New York versus Massachusetts. You have, all you got, the Giants versus Patriots, whatever you want to say, man. It is the Northeast battle through and through, and now we have a fish off between those guys. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
All right. The B&B show. The Brian with an I versus the Brian with the Y. We had Nunziato on. We could not get Brian Bolster on. Go ahead.
Yeah, how about this one though? We had a humongous lead in this one throughout the day. Wait till you see how it finished.
Tim Spry said he had the kicker that kicked the net. Oh no.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh, Nick Berlin said he's a Boston fan. How could you be in New York and be a Boston fan? We're going to ask him that question when we get him on. Nick, you stand by, buddy. All right.
He's a smart guy.
Brian Bolser versus Brian Nunziato. We had the Angler of the Year 2019 versus the Angler of the Year in 2017 and 2018. They had a great video. Go watch it in the practice meeting. Go and talk and trash with one another. A lot of fun between these guys. But one Brian has to move on. And moving on between Brian Bolser and Brian Nunziato is going to be Brian Bolser absolutely takes out Brian Nunziato. What happened? Brian put up, 88 inches at the last hour?
He put up 88.5, and that's maybe what I was referring to as I was like, I wondered if we had a little sandbagging going on there, a little friendly competition between the two.
It's got to be service. It's got to be service. But
Yeah.
Brian Nunziato, I think he only had 81 inches or something like that?
No, 83. This was a 5.5 inch difference, which is super close in a singles event for one day. One nice kicker fish there because Nunziato's small fish, Greg, was a 1475. So if that's a 1975, that's a tie, and then would have went to big fish. So close matchup there, but Balser prevails over Nunzi.
As we said, we had a lot of fish coming through at the very end. This could be another situation. Taking on Brian Bolser is either going to be John Richardson. That set on 4 fish all day long. Versus John Warcall, which we had on. Fishing his butt off in the pouring rain, the monsoon. And he got chased off the water with alarms going off on his cell phone. Had to pack it in a little early. Could not stay. Man, I don't know. Did John Richardson put up that final fish to beat John Warcall out of Ohio? We are going to find out.
Remind everybody of what what Richardson did last week.
John Richardson put up 103.5 inches. Unbelievable out of New Hampshire. He had 67 or 69 inches going into
69.5 before the leaderboard went off.
Went off. Moving on, taking on Brian Bolser is going to be John Warcall from Ohio. John Richardson could not put up the last fish. John actually texted me. He messaged me throughout. He goes, man, I hope it was worth staying out in that rain. John, my friend, you are moving on to the championship. Congratulations. It was worth it, buddy. Congratulations, man.
Yes. And John was worried about this all week, had been messaging me on strategy and what he was wanting to do and what he should do. And he was all over the place, but he stuck with a plan. And his plan put 84.25 inches on the board. It got him 2021 KBBT NC qualified. And John Richardson has got to feel like he wants to puke right now because all he needed a nice little 15-inch fish, and he would have moved on. So
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I
so
have no idea. It's hard to get hold of John Richardson. I'm not sure what exactly happened with that last fish. He could have been called off the water. I'm not sure, man. But yeah, it just happened that way. But hey,
on OH war call, baby.
yeah, for sure. All right, let's try to get some of these guys on. And hear about their day.
War call's on.
Yep, I'm on. What's up, guys?
What's up, buddy? Get that camera going.
Got it.
What's up, Dakota?
Oh yeah, have to wear that hat.
All right, we're getting them all on as much as we can, and give them their due, man. Give them their props.
Yeah, John, it's your first in, man. Awesome job. And what's the relief like knowing that you had a guy chasing you, only needing a 15-inch fish to take over, man? What's that feel like? And, awesome job. And what's the relief like knowing that you had
All right, we've got 3 of the 4. We can't get a hold of Brian Bolser; he's unavailable. But go ahead. Finish your thought on that, Todd.
No, I was just asking John what the relief was.
Oh man, I was stressing
knowing
out.
knowing that you had a guy chasing you with only needing a 15-inch fish, and also knowing what he did last week. How's that feel to get through and to prevail, man?
I was sure he had that fish. I was positive.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, to be honest, we did too, but it never.
Yeah,
came through.
I was waiting for it to come through. I was waiting.
I found out later he had that fish on the line, 20
man.
plus on the line that he got wrapped up in his motor on his boat.
Oh my gosh! Wow!
And it broke off.
Oh my gosh!
So I snuck through on that one, and he is and he's a stick. He's catching pigs.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. How was that grind for you? What worked for you today, and what was your bite like?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, I had a chatterbait bite early this morning. Started out pretty good. I was getting decent fish, 17 and a quarter. A couple smaller fish. But around, I'd say 10:30, it shut off. Had to go slow. I was on shaky head and a tube. And then once the front rolled in again that afternoon, I had a couple more upgrades on that chatterbait again.
Nice.
To give me my good bag.
Well, good stuff, man. Dude, sometimes you have to have luck on your side to win these events, man. It's just like somebody making a last-minute three-point shot sometimes, man. And you avoided that last-minute three-pointer, in this bracket, man. And you're moving on, dude. That's all it says. It's all about surviving and moving on, man. And that's what you did today, man. You're going to have to think big, though, next week, man. Mike, Elric, buddy, listen, congratulations. You're moving on. National championship spot. I tried to get hold of you today, wasn't able to, man. But, dude, another week, another grind, and you're in, man.
I hear you. No, I saw that after I had entered one of my fish, but it was too late, and the wind was crazy. It was, typical Massachusetts stuff. If they said it was going to be 10 to 15, it was more like 20 to 25.
Oh, yeah, sure. Wow. Well, man, and then Nick, dude, you look like you've been to battle, my friend. I mean, you're out in the sun, sun's out, guns out. Man, I tell you though, man, dude, you seem to enjoy this though, man.
We had a team tournament yesterday on Sagandaga Lake, and we were out there all day, and then had to drive home from camping, break down the camp, come home, and do it all again this morning.
Wow.
It was rough.
Wow, dude. Well, I mean, look, man, you take on Mike Elric from Massachusetts, and you're a Boston fan. How is that possible being in New York?
It's because I've lived everywhere. I've lived in Washington. I've lived in Vancouver. I was born in Arizona. I live
gotcha.
I'm everywhere. So I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm a Boston fan. So it makes no sense to me.
It doesn't, man, but hey, it works. But guys, I mean, it's just going to be a great battle between the two of you, no doubt, man. It's going to be a lot of fun watching you guys go at it, and you guys are pretty similar in stats. Todd, if you can give them their stats of what they did today and how they are going to what their numbers were today as they face each other next week.
Yeah, and I just seen something. Mike Elric actually only ended up with the 81.50, and Tim Spry was 79.50. So actually was only ended up being a 2-inch win, but still, win's a win. Mike, congratulations on that. But Mike Elric ended up with 81.5 inches. John Warcall ended up with 84.25. And Nick Berlin 84.25. So John Warcall and Nick Berlin, exact same bag.
Wow. And then, John, you're going against Brian Bolser, who's a hammerhead in New
Who put
York.
up 88.50.
Put 88.50. And he had a huge fish coming. I think it was like 20.5 or 21 that came in. Man, that thing was a monster. It looked like it was every bit of 7 pounds.
He had terrible service. He had to gun it service.
Yeah.
Like pedal drive.
Well, I tell you what.
I hope
made
he's traveling my way next week.
He just made the deadline, to be honest with you, to get his fish submitted. So he did make the deadline, but man, it was close, real close.
So who's Warcall face next week?
Balser.
Yep, Brian Balser.
And then Elric and friends fishing.
Man.
So are you guys all going to East West Harbor? What's everybody's plans next week?
Staying home.
I'll be fishing home waters next week for me.
You know where I'm at.
You'll be at East West, so we'll have to see where
I'll
your
be
opponent
there.
will be at.
I hope he's coming this way.
Well, guys, listen. You guys are in the
You guys
are in the Sweet 16. You're in the championship for next year. Your tickets are punched. You're in the big dance. But more importantly, listen. Next week too, you guys, whoever wins the matchup between you guys, you are in the money. A guaranteed paycheck for the Elite 8. The grind continues. It doesn't get any easier. The road gets tougher and tougher, man. But hey, this is what this bracket's all about, man. It's every week. It's a different battle, different grind, different conditions. It's a test of true fishermen, man. It's just something that it's just unheard of in kayak fishing, and we're glad we were able to see all three of you guys, including Brian Balser, have never fished KBBT. So this is the first time you guys are experiencing this, and I hope you guys are having a blast, because I am having a blast covering you guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fun. Yep.
Good deal.
Yeah, try to make sure if you guys can get your Skypes on next week, you're going to get even more FaceTime because there's less anglers to broadcast. You guys are going to get more FaceTime, and you move on one more round, and you guys will get individual interviews and things like that. So it's going to be fun, and looking forward to talking to some of you guys. So congratulations on the 2021 KBBT NC spot, and it's awesome to have all y'all.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Boys, we'll see you next week.
it. All right, see ya.
Take care.
Thanks.
See ya.
All right. The
4
grind
down?
continues for these
To
guys.
go. 4 down, 4 to go.
Yeah. All right. That's our North winners. Let me see here. Let me remove him from the call. All right. That's our North winners. Congratulations, Nick Berlin, Mike Elric, Brian Balser, and John Workall from Ohio. Moving on. Now, you ready for the South?
So what do we got? So hang on. So how many Massachusetts guys we got? We got 3 Massachusetts. We got a couple of New York guys,
Yeah.
and we got an Ohio guy. Oh,
That's right.
This is sweet.
It is. It's real. They're showing out big time.
The Northeast is like we said the other day. They're getting their due, and they're showing out, and they're showing why they can't be overlooked. And this is it's a treat to be able to be a part of the Northeast movement a little bit, and help them out and get their recognition. So awesome.
Guys, your invitations will be in the mail as soon as I get home. I should be home in the next 2 weeks. but your Sweet 16 invitations or your national championship invitations will be in the mail. And again, it's a huge accomplishment, man, to get into that into that prestigious event, and it's going to be. So, all right, moving over to the South. Jerry Thigh from Oklahoma taking on Adam Patron from Louisiana, who's fishing, I believe, Toledo Bend. I may be wrong. I don't know. Didn't really check and see. But Jerry Thigh from Oklahoma, we had him on today. He actually wound up winning a fish off. And, man, Jerry has turned it on big time. Big time.
Yes,
but
he has.
was it enough to beat Adam Patron? Jerry has never advanced this far in the KBBT bracket. Let's see what's going to happen here. Moving on. Out of the South bracket, the first to qualify for the Sweet 16 as well as the National Championship in 2021 is going to be Jerry Thigh from Oklahoma. Fishing in Kansas, the move paid off. He was jigging timber all day long, and dude, he wound up putting up some tanks today.
Yeah, Jerry did, and congratulations, Jerry. You had 20 and a quarter, 19 3/4, 18 and a quarter, all three nice kicker fish. Your small was only 16.75 with a second biggest bag of the day, 92 inches. Congratulations on the, moving on. And Patron only was able to put up two fish, 31.75. Has to be frustrating, but congratulations, Jerry.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Jerry. Man, awesome job, man. As I said, the silent assassin, man, doesn't have a lot to say, but when he speaks now, right with his angling, and has a sweet setup, man. We saw a sweet setup. He knows what to do, man. Where to fish, how to fish, and man, he's putting on some hogs right now. So that's an awesome job. He beats Bobby Morin out of Georgia, who was fishing that water. Now he beat Adam Schroed out of Louisiana in Kansas waters. That's huge. That's awesome fishing, man. Congratulations, Jerry. Moving on here to face Jerry Thigh is either going to be Rodney Kinnan, fishing Louisiana, or Joseph G-Man out of Georgia. Moving on is going to be Rodney Kinnan taking on Jerry Thigh. Rodney Kinnan is now in the National Championship of 2021. How awesome is that? Rodney puts up 93.75 inches. There's nothing you can say about this guy. Unbelievable.
Well, Rodney says, well, if you're going to name a trophy after me, I might as well try to win it.
That's exactly right.
Rodney was able to go out and put up 94 3/4. That was the biggest bag of the day. So he's facing the second biggest bag of the day. So he's got his work cut out for him. But he is 2021 KBBT NC qualified. He is now in the Sweet 16. And unfortunately, Joseph Guyton out of Georgia was only able to put up 4 fish. He did have a 20 and a quarter inch kicker. He had a small of 14, but the heat is just affecting that bite. It's affecting the anglers. And he was only able to put up 66.75 today. So William Rodney Kinnan out of Louisiana is going on.
He's going on. Now, his buddy that was fishing with him was Marcus Coates, taking on Jeremy Baker from Alabama, who I fished with, and I'm going to tell you something. Jeremy caught some fish. Secretly just busting fish. Now, what we said back earlier was there was a late surge of anglers. Now, Marcus fished his butt off. Marcus gave it all he got. And I told Marcus, if you catch in the 70s again this week, you're going down. I said that. There's no way that he was going to survive putting up 70 in the 70s. What did Marcus put up in terms of inches?
He was only able to put up 78 inches, and it only ended up being the 10th biggest bag of the day.
Remember what we said? There was a surge of anglers that came through, and I was very adamant that 78 inches or anywhere in the 70s wasn't going to work. I fished with Jerry.
No, you can't.
No,
you can't fly. You get this far in it, and just unfortunate. Like unless you get lucky,
And
you
and
don't move on.
I felt bad for Marcus because look, he knew that there's a lot of fish, bigger potential fish in that area that he was fishing. We saw Rodney Kinnan put up 93 inches in the same area as Marcus, but Marcus
94 and 3/4.
yeah, but Marcus just could not get the big bite working today. But could it cost him? Moving on to the national championship between Jeremy Baker and our own Marcus Coates.
Did we got another full-time broadcaster?
It's going to be Marcus Coates from Arkansas. He defeats Jeremy Baker. Are you freaking kidding me? I got to broadcast alone again next week? No way. Marcus Coates, he has done something that few have done. If he wins, listen, if he wins next week, he will be one of, I think, 2 people in KBBT history that has gone on to 2 Elite 8 appearances in KBBT. That would be Conrad, and it would be Marcus Coates, and that's it. Yep. Conrad Manetta and Marcus Coates.
And that, and I say this time in and time out, people have heard me say this over and over again, sounds repetitive, but all you got to do is beat the person that you're paired up against. And if you're able to best that angler, you get to move on. And Marcus was a recipient of an angler that wasn't able to get on fish today. Jeremy Baker was only able to put up 1 17 and 3/4 inch fish. Marcus stayed steady, had a medium limit, a 19-inch kicker, 12.5-inch small fish, which probably it sucked to have, but he wanted to kick that. But 78 inches. Marcus moves on, and Marcus is 2021 KBBT NC qualified.
If you don't think I'm not bitter about Marcus being in the championship and not me, I am bitter. Bitter! But congratulations, man.
You'll be really bitter if I get in, and then you're the only one.
I'll be pissed. But congratulations, man. All right, moving on. Taking on Marcus Coates next week. It's either going to be his fellow Arkansanian, Joel Spear, or Oliver Haynes from North Carolina. And moving on, taking on Marcus Coates is going to be another Mr. Redbeard. It's the battle of the Redbeards. Joel Spear from Arkansas taking on Marcus Coates from Arkansas. Wow, dude. This is going to be intense. This is going to be awesome. Marcus versus Joel. What a showdown. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Mr. Joel Spear, congratulations. We're able to put up a 20.5-inch kicker, a 19.5 behind it, and an 18.5. You're too small. We're 13.25, 13.25. My God, if you could only have upgraded those about 3 or 4 inches each, you'd have one of the biggest bags of the week. But Joel Spear, 85 inches. And unfortunately, Oliver Haynes was only able to put up one 14.5-inch fish. Good run, buddy. Oliver, it was just ended up being a little short. You ran into a guy that was able to put up a top 4 bag today.
What's up, KBBT?
And congratulations, Joel.
Hey, buddy. How you doing, man?
What's up, Jerry?
Yeah, this is Jerry.
Hey, Jerry, hold on 1 second here. Let me get everybody on.
Jerry,
Okay.
try to tap that camera button on your phone there, bub.
Okay.
There you go. What's
There we
up?
I just got back. Just got the truck unloaded and turned on just in time to see the announcement
Yeah,
for
buddy.
me.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
All right. let's
Great
see.
bag. Great bag.
Yeah.
Marcus Coates.
Hey, just to add on, I did have a 13-pound kicker catfish that I was going to.
That will not do.
That'll probably give you the biggest bag in KBBT history.
But yeah, it's about 30 minutes left to go, and I was grinding trying to get that 15.5-incher off the board. I hooked into it, wasted about 7 minutes trying to get it reeled in.
Oh, my gosh.
Nice.
Guys, I'm going to message Joel here real quick, see if I can get him on.
I quit drinking ice.
Who said that?
My dad.
He told me to stop drinking what?
Ice.
Hey, it's sweet tea from Bojangles.
That's Taco Bell.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's a Taco Bell cup, but
it's just ice, not sweet tea anymore.
There's a little something at the bottom.
There's not a little something at the bottom. Oh.
That's the best one. That's the six starch.
What did he say?
Joel does not have Skype, but anyway, we'll try to get a hold of him. He says he's going to have it by next weekend. But anyway, guys, Jerry, congratulations, dude. Listen, man, dude, you have by far your fishing has been top notch, man, top freaking notch.
Thank you.
What have you changed? What have you changed to get to that point?
Basically fishing the same, it's just different waters.
Jerry, we can't hear you, man. Put the phone up closer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically doing the same stuff, but just different waters.
Okay.
Yeah,
just jigging and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to be working, man. It's got you to the national championship in 2021, man. That's a huge deal. You're in the big dance, man. That's going to be a great event, man. You're representing Oklahoma. I think you're only Oklahoman so far to advance, but man, that's a huge deal, man. And that jig is, you might as well go ahead and put it up in a frame or something right now because it's got you this far, man. Yeah,
it worked really well today.
Yeah, well, listen, man, you're facing Rodney Kidden. He may or may not fish next week. I don't know. I'm trying to get a hold of him on Skype, but he may or may not fish next week. It all depends. But you could be easily in the Elite Eight and cash a check.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I don't want to get in that way, but
Right, exactly. Yep, no, I hear you. Yeah, but as I said, I mean, Rodney's just the way it is, man. Sometimes he'll wake up, feel great, and he'll go out, but sometimes he just doesn't. I don't know. It all depends. But
no. Hey, Rodney is going next weekend. He's going to a local lake, not the one he's normally at. He's been waiting for it to get the right level. He said he went and looked at it after he left the water. Now it is at the right level. He will be fishing next weekend.
Well, there you go. There's your answer. It's game on. Game on. Marcus, congratulations, brother.
Yeah.
Man, you are moving on. I can't believe it. I'm so jealous, but dude, you look like you have been through war.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like my head cooked through my head. I mean, it was just one of those days. I mean, there was never, when that sun came up, I mean, it was hot when I got there. I was pouring sweat by the time the kayak was unloaded. When I parked my truck clock said 6:01. So I just went ahead, jumped in the kayak, first cast, boom, 16-inch bass. It was 5:59. And I had to throw it back. I mean, I looked at my phone to take the picture, said 5:59. I threw it back right away. I didn't even take a picture of it on the board. We're going to follow the rules. I went the next 3.5 hours without landing a fish.
Yeah.
Covered miles. I was able to bust out a 15-incher on a fluke I actually seen him busting a shad. And after 4 casts, it finally hit. Literally the last cast when it did hit on, I wasn't even looking where I cast it. I was just, Rodney had shown up and I was messing with him because I figured the fish was already gone. And all you hear is bloom. I said, okay. And, after that, dude, it was another 3.5 hours before I had a 5-fish limit, but I was determined to not stop until I had all 5. And at the end of the day, whether I needed them or not, doing it is what made the difference for me, is being able to pull that 5-fish limit out on a tough day.
Well, man, I mean, look, Jeremy, let's just be honest. Jeremy struggled, man. And if Jeremy had any sort of average day, he'd be in your spot right now. But, man, that's just the way it happened. You talked to Jeremy, man. Tell us about his day. It did not go well.
Bro, Jeremy, I'm gonna start it off with Jeremy. Basically, had he just messaged me and said, hey, if there was any way it could have been your day, this was it. I know that he broke his rod tip on his heavy rod and went through the rest of the day missing a whole lot of fish because he wasn't able to get a solid hook set on it. Had the rod he needed in his truck, he found out, and then on the way out, someone busted his taillight on his trailer. So the fact that he did wind up losing, man, that's a tough knock on the chin. But either way, Jeremy, brother, you pushed me to my limit again, and I look forward to facing you in the future. If not facing you, at least broadcasting. But I already know you're going to qualify for the Nationals too, so we'll see you there.
Absolutely. Don't forget those who did not qualify today. We're taking the top 10 total bags of the combined national championship qualifiers. And if you put up a big bag and you lost, man, it doesn't mean that you're not out. You will be considered an alternative or alternate spot. And I'm sure 64 who qualify, all 64 might not be able to fish it. So we will have alternate spots. So don't hang your head. Just say, oh, well, I mean, you could have a spot into the championship. You never know. But anyway, Marcus, dude, I'm proud of you, man. As I said, you dude, I mean, honestly, I'm talking to you. It's dead serious. I can. Dude, I know what you've gone through in terms of the heat and everything. Dude, you've done it 2 weeks in a row now. Listen, stay hydrated. Get some rest. Because you're going to need to go battle with your fellow state brother and your Redbeard brother, Joel Spear. And you got to get your head in order and stay hydrated, man. Because, dude, Joel is coming for you, man.
I'm not going to Louisiana next weekend. I'm gonna get me a red line to Massachusetts.
Oh, no.
I've already been told I have rods, reels, and a kayak waiting on me.
Oh,
so what are the odds we could see you and Joel on the same body of water next week?
Probably pretty slim because I know he fishes a lot of the White River areas. He actually was in a live tournament today and put up those kind of numbers. And he knows those bodies of water in the northeast Arkansas area. I'm not familiar with any of them. I don't even think I've been on any of the waters that he's actually been fishing, mainly because I look at his pictures and I'm like, that's Arkansas? We don't have that down here. So I would say slim, even though I would love it. I mean, maybe if he, maybe if he wants to go up on a lake and somewhere that neither one of us have fished on, possibly. But, we'll have all week to tell him about it. So we'll figure out what's going on.
For sure. Well, guys,
what about you, Jerry? You going back to Kansas?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't blame you, man. You keep on putting up those numbers, bro. Get out of Oklahoma, man. Go over there.
Out there, I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, congratulations,
Jerry.
Thank you.
I haven't picked you a single time, but I think I should start doing that.
I picked him.
Yeah, no doubt. Guys, don't forget you're fishing Saturday. You're not fishing Sunday of next week. So plan accordingly, guys. The Elite 8 is coming. We have the Teams Championship and the Elite 8. Man, it's going to get this is the grind fest we talk about. The pressure cooker, it's going to be awesome. I'm sorry, the Sweet 16 is next week for you guys. But it's going to be awesome, man. Awesome time.
I'll tell you right now, to anybody, out of all 16 of these guys, I don't care what you say about it. Oh, we qualified. The pressure's off. It's just beginning. Like I tell everybody, like I said in the broadcast all week long, if you're not feeling the pressure, win a round and then win another. It will get there. It stacks. There's nothing like it. I can't think of it. I'm telling you right now, if I was in a KBF tournament today, I was leaving by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no other series that pushes you harder than KBBT. You push yourself that hard. And man, congratulations to all 16 anglers. And congratulations to the 16 anglers that went home that made it that far. I'm just lucky enough that I've slid by with two 70-inch limits, but even I know that's not going to hold me forever. And if it does, awesome, but it's not.
Yep. No, you're right.
Yeah,
man.
you
Again,
even heard.
it's survive in advance, man.
You even heard the guys out of Massachusetts, say that they're not even going to fish the KBF East-West Harbor event in Ohio because they know that place is not going to allow them to put up the limits that they need to move on for that team championship. So about to see how the A team does out of Massachusetts. But congratulations once again to
By the
all
way,
y'all.
can we say this? Let me just say this. We're honored for that. We're not taking that lightly. That's a big decision, and we're honored that you guys would choose to fish with us over top of a live event. I think that's starting to show progress in where we stand as a tour. I think that's showing that, hey, maybe we are up there with the KBFs and the Hobies and the Basses. I don't know. I mean, as I said, we're in it. We're not from the outside looking in, but we're just trying to do everything we can to have fun and make this a prestigious tour. And man, that means a lot to us, man, that you would do that, and we just want to thank you for that, man, because that truly means a lot to have a Derek Rundle and Matthew Conant stay at home and fish with KBBT because it means business of advancing through the bracket.
Well, and just to know that those guys are in the running for the KBF DZ the 10 house, and to skip an event like that's not an easy decision to make. So that's awesome. That was really cool to hear.
It is.
But Marcus, you keep wearing that Texas shirt, man. You probably ain't gonna go too much farther in life.
Todd, are you qualified? Oh, you can't talk to me.
Todd who? Well, guys, we're going to hang up, man. Congratulations. Have a great night.
I have to do it.
Congratulations to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Jerry, have a good night, guys. And
Awesome
hey,
job.
Friday night, we have a preview show, and we'll make our picks, and then we will have the Saturday broadcast as well. But I just want to say congratulations to those who are moving on, and get some rest. You guys well deserve it. Have a beer on me, and have a good night, guys.